children hurt and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? Or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love? What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. I think the whole world addicted to the drama, only attracted to think that will bring you drama. The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love?
I turned off the lights, I got off the wires. When I close my eyes, disconnected and tired. I see you, I see you, yeah. And I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me, it's just fired. It's just fired. I was wrong, but I made it right. You came begging day and night. I don't wanna hit the bottom, don't go out of your state of mind. I've been counting 1 to 10. I'll be back when you be dim. With my music again and again. I see you, yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. I see you, yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. And I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me, it's just fired. I see you go
Run away, yeah. But you never go away. So I guess I gotta say now.
Oh, I hope someday
Okay, welcome everyone tonight to our semi-final games between that one league team versus Error Overtime for the ACGL rAge Expo Digital Edition. Yesterday we had our first semi-final game actually. It was my brain stopped working.
ATK versus Down South Gaming, yeah.
Thank you. I'm still warming up the brain apparently. So yeah, we're jumping into this pick and ban phase. The bat we got a Yone and a Gangplank ban. I think if I remember correctly, we saw the Bulbo Sagans play Gangplank actually while we were watching some of the games last week, Sheepy.
Yeah, we did, I believe.
Unless it was a different team, but I know someone was kept playing a Gangplank and it wasn't too bad.
I mean, Gangplank's always been a decent pick. I don't think he's bad at all at this point in the meta, but the Rumble ban, the Graves ban, I really like the Graves ban. It's pretty strong. The go-to S-tier pick. If it's open, it will be picked. So good decision taking it away. If you're not in the first position for picking, if you're not playing blue side, anything for predictions for Bulbo Sagans, Larkin?
Well, I already have the Rumble and Gangplank banned, so those two won't be it. Ornn also banned away, pretty good ban for early picks, very safe. So those will not be in the rotation there. Other than that, I'm not completely sure on his Chample, but I think Renekton is still open here, and that's always something that I value pretty highly at the moment. Even in Worlds was a fairly high prioritized pick. I mean, he plays really well into, you can pull them a bit more tanky. He does a lot of damage. Once he gets on the back line, he has a good CC. And there we go. Actually, the Shen being locked in. Very good pick there. First pick can be rotated into the jungle or the top lane. And as I say that, Lily are locked in, which means no, that will probably be a top Shen.
Yeah, so, okay, I don't know how I feel about the Ashe lock-in. So, there are a couple AD carries that are highly prioritized. Samira banned away. Jen's still available. Ashe is one of the go-to up there, but I don't know about first picking it. I feel kind of weird having that priority and giving over some of the other priority picks. So the Shen, I really like as a pick, but picking the Lydia right with it in the first rotation doesn't make sense, because picking the Shen first means you can always flex it between jungle and top lane, but by locking in Lydia, you're now saying this Shen is definitely going top. Otherwise, I guess perhaps we may have a Shen support. So either it's a huge big brain play from the side of another League of Legends team, or it's just a bit of a mistake in the drafting, but we do have the Leona hover into lock-in, so bot lane decided for the side of blue. Error looking confident with the Ashe Leona.
Yeah, going for your bot lane pick in the first rotation. It's not usually not that bad of an idea. And here we go. We have already two very highly prioritized picks for this meta: Leona, Ashe. Mordekaiser, I think, pretty good into top lane as well. Shen, yes, can block basic attacks, but Mordekaiser being a bit of an AP brawler, he can just walk around you and do some damage either way. So I think so far we have pretty good picks here from that one era, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Alcatraz likely the Nautilus, so Nautilus most likely support bot lane as a match to the Leona. Matchup fairly easy, should be quite playable. I'm liking the picks as the champions are pretty meta, they're pretty standard, but I don't know about the order just yet. So let's see what happens in the second ban phase now. Rek'Sai taken away.
Your point is just being made a bit more prominent now. Pretty much, you just know that they're going to pick the ADC and the mid lane and all. Like they're pretty much a League of Legends team, or that one league team, sorry, is pretty much just locked in now. You know exactly where they're going because they need to pick an ADC and a mid laner now.
Right, that one league team. We need to make sure we get this down because there's a couple of teams that have similar names to the side of red in the semis now. So, like you said, the ban's quite easily targeted. In this case, I think Kha'Zix does pretty well to Lilia. I think he has one of the highest win rates as a counter to Lilia jungle. Akali, however, banned away, and the final ban from the side of red, Hecarim. The pony not making it through.
Pretty good ban there. Ikarum is pretty strong at the moment with the buffs to his W, so I would say that's a pretty good ban. And most people, I think, he's not a super hard champion to play. If you can play around getting the picks, then I can say if you know your jungle clearing paths, then Ikarum pretty solid pickup for most people.
Yep, Ezreal will go to AD carry, very safe matchup. I'm quite interested to see whether they run the cleanse. It's a pretty standard summoner spot play into the Ashe. It's most likely what we will get. Otherwise, Ezreal was known for taking teleporter times, but Jarvan, however, we have it locked in now, so Jarvan into Lilia does not seem too bad. I mean, quite easily able to get onto Lilia. She's a very mobile champion, so having something that can basically just get to her, maybe a point and click ultimate locker in place should help a lot. Final lock-in now for the side of that one league team. No, I lie. That side of Era, a league team will be coming through with their final pick shortly after.
Well, it's either going to lock her in place or lock your team in place for the Lilia to get a 5-man sleep. Either way, it will either be very bad or very good, but holy. So far, Era is looking super tanky at the moment. Like, they have a mid laner that can tank, a jungler that's a tank fighter, support tank, top lane Mordekaiser. So hard to kill once he gets ahead. So far, I think Era's comp is looking really, really good.
That's Lissandra. I have not seen a Lissandra picked in competitive in a while. The answer for the Lissandra, Talon. So Talon having one of those raving playstyles, doesn't really care about the lane per se, but rather wants to head towards bottom, heads toward top. You get some free kills. So Lissandra might have a tough time matching, but nonetheless comps have been locked in, and the first game set in stone. Right, so best of 3, keep that in mind. But what do you think, indeed?
If the Talon does his job correctly and he just tries to, because to be fair, it's really hard to kill at the Lissandra on lane. Sometimes you just have to try to get the lane, get some farming for 6, run down, you use those walls to jump over to get to the lanes quicker and just help side lanes. If he actually does get a lead over Lissandra on lane, then it will be very surprising. But yeah, I think in this case, pretty much just going to try and shove the wave out as much as he can in roam. Other than that, we'll have to see what this Lilia can be able to pick up. As you said, very good pick at the moment, but Jarvan could be a good counter against them.
Right, so we'll have to see what happens. I mean, AD source, Ezreal plus Alcatraz Talon, so they do have some damage there, plus the Shen split push potential in the top lane, plus across the map assistance should help out a lot. I'm quite interested to see what happens with the bot lane, because Ashe Leona, very aggressive, can look to get some cheeky picks, especially post 6. The roams, Ashe placements, we've seen Klax play Ashe a bit recently. Otherwise, Mordekaiser for the top lane, very, very good pick into Shen. He has the ability to cancel Shen's ulti with the click of the R, otherwise the grab quite easily. So Mordekaiser is a very, very common pickup into that matchup, which is kind of the risk you run when you do priority pick something like Shen, and you give away the jungle pick in the same rotation. You're basically just saying, guys, pick something that counters Shen top, because we're not going to flex into the jungle. But 2 minutes left on the spectator lane before we will jump into the game. Yeah, I mean, League currently, bit of an interesting spot. The meta, I wouldn't say it's dry, but definitely due for a change, which should be coming through shortly. I mean, season ending in what, like 2 to 3 days now? Have you taken a look at any of the changes coming through for the preseason?
So far, I'm mostly just focused on this season still.
Fair enough. Last second grinding, I gotcha.
Yeah,
But,
but soon I will probably look into that. I mean, the preseason is pretty long. You have time to adjust and get into it and make sure you get on top with the meta. Look what pro streamers are doing and how things are changing. You know, see what Sheepy's YouTube channel holds for you, etc.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of changes coming through. Like some seasons, there are a couple of changes. Like to the jungle, we had dragons coming through. The map changes last season. This coming up, season 11, there seems to be a lot of new items, a lot of overhauls, couple of items being removed as well. So I feel like the meta especially is going to change entirely this season. So I don't know if you're planning on playing during the preseason, or do you just coast until the season starts?
I'll see how it goes. I've been hankering to play some single player games. That's been chilling in my Steam library for a very long time, but I will definitely get on top of you know, the new meta, see what's going on. I won't be left behind.
Fair enough. Otherwise, take a look at the players shortly. Let's look at the airside team. We've got 3 4 plats and a silver. The mob scene a little bit lower than everybody else in the team, so perhaps the weak link in the armor, the ash. Otherwise, all pretty much platinum, looking pretty good. As far as I know, Era Overtime is a team, or in terms of VS and local scene competitive. That one league team, I don't really know them too well, but I do recognize a lot of the player names. Do you know whether they play VS together?
Yes, many of them seem familiar to me. I think the Era teams, but I've seen Sloth in many different teams, so I think that team was just pretty much thrown together for this tournament. But yeah, I'm not too sure about the rest. APC Top Hat, I remember him from VS a lot.
Another dog is very familiar too, Alcatraz, Sly Panda.
Many of these people
kind of familiar, but I don't remember where I know that name from. Ice Bullet Snagger's been around for a while.
I mean, many of these people actually were in scouting grounds, as far as I know. Many of these same people on both of these teams.
True. Well, so that was a good time. I remember scouting grounds, but nonetheless, we'll be jumping to live in just a second. Right.
Cool Talon skin.
I have to agree with you on that one. Alcatraz looking pretty good with that Talon skin. Game 1 of the best of 3 era in blue. That one league team in red. Right, so a bit of a stack straight off the bat. Zal. Okay. Nautilus name. How are you going? How are we gonna pronounce that? Is it Zal? Zalbai?
Zalbai? That sounds good to me. Yeah, Zalbai sounds good to me.
Cool.
Stack, making sure that there's no invades here. That would be a very big death brush if they were to check that. There's no way they would live that.
Okay, so we don't have any early invades. There's no big brain tech coming through this game. Pretty standard, just cover the buff. We do have a bit of a Nautilus dance though for us. OP stage shine on cancels the dart. So Talon skin you're referring to? What skin is that? You know?
The mid lane one.
Yeah.
It's in like Sacred Sword Talon or something like
Something
that.
along those lines. Looks pretty cool. Okay, so we got that blue side bottom star coming through from Lilia. No leashless pull. As for the top side, instead Jarvan going for a slightly weaker pull. Ashe late to lane? Why is she still hitting from base? There was no pause? That's kind of a bit odd.
That's gonna be very bad for them. I was gonna like from the champ select, I would say that Era won a really good team. Not team fight, champ select. But now they're gonna be late to lane. But it's not the end of the day. It looks like she did get there in time to catch some XP at least.
I hope so, but I mean that level 1 is pretty big, it's pretty massive giving over that early shove, especially because I mean Jarvan started topside, which means that the bot lane should have a slight advantage, especially pushing for that level 2 because they have that Leona like Ashe combo. I'm glad to see though Slight Panda has actually gone for the cleanse, Zal. Oh,
Yeah, that just means it's gonna be much harder for this bot lane. I think for now, this Ashe and Leona is gonna have to play a bit more safe and maybe wait for them to engage on them and then do the counter engage, because if they engage onto them, not only does the Israel have E cleanse, but it's going to be very hard with this level disadvantage that they have now at least both equal on level.
So nobody playing too aggressive bot lane, both just sort of playing passive, catching the minions, looking to scale up. Ezreal wants that free auto spike. I believe Ashe wanting her first item at least. As for Jarvan, looking to pick up the bot side Scuttle. 7 seconds left till the spawn of Scuttle. Lilia now making her way down towards the top side. So, straight off the bat, you can see Lilia and other Dark getting that CS lead in the jungle, at least over the Jarvan. Top lane favoring ABC top hat.
No distance CS across the bat, top lane, jungle, mid lane, and bot lane. That one league team doing really well.
Zenith's not going to find the target. It's going to be the first blood coming through as the jungler does drop from the side of Aaron. Another Doug able to quite easily walk away. Stardust went for the aggressive play. Alcatraz though, now receiving the double buff, says thank you friends. I'd be very happy with the first blood on a Talon.
Yeah, I think that's very big for them. The fact that he can now have the aggression in this lane, play much more. I mean, against Lissandra, I've talked about it in Champ Select. You don't really have that much kill pressure against her in lane, and now with that kill, he can pretty much either just go on her or roam to bot lane or top lane even. You know, get more kills for himself in the back.
Right, so he's gone for the Ignite. He did have to burn both Summoners, which means that his kill pressure a little bit less now, but like we said before, he did get a free kill. Plus now, look at the cancel. He does manage to cancel Stardust's recall. Should put him behind or force him to stay in lane for a little bit longer. As for the bot lane, a bit of a freeze coming through despite the reset. That's a bit of an interesting one. Mob scene committing to the freeze actually, despite the reset. So Ezreal coming out back from base should have the tier. Yeah, he does. So tier stacking underway. Talon. Alcatraz with the money jump, looking to make his way towards topside. Below seconds pre 6 does not have ult, will not be able to take Alcatraz to the Shadow Realm. APC top hat on the other hand, pretty big wave, you have to be careful. Plus Stardust sitting on the teleport means he has that reaction button, he can get you for the counter. Stardust burning the teleport to the mid lane as Alcatraz now shows up to the top side looking for the 1v2, but Sagan's just not having the damage. He has the flash, but I don't think he gets out with it. And opts not to burn it, so it takes the death.
Yeah, we saw a very big fight come through from that one league team through their brackets that we spectated in last week's game. So they seem like they were playing really good in those games. So I'm looking forward to see what they can bring out here. And as you can see, already more than a 1,100 gold lead here total. All lanes doing very well so far.
That's a bot lane shove, looks good. 38 to 41 CS, so Slight Panda in a good spot. Mob scene currently sitting on a lot of gold, seeing as he has only picked up the Doran's Blade plus Cull. Jarvan, bot side jungle.
Interesting to note that we will have a different final tomorrow than what we usually have in our other tournaments, irrespective of of what team goes
Outcome,
through. Yeah. Yep. I mean, Royalty already faced ATK in like the second game of the bracket.
Yeah,
so
the quarters, I
Royalty
believe.
Yep.
Oh.
So they will not win these games.
Blows a flag, it fills the flag, and the drag, but the Zenith played back over to Alcatraz as here comes Shen, looking to get the assist. Not quite necessary, but Bulbo Sagas has the flag. Does he pop the Undying? Shadow roll onto mid lane. Alcatraz now 3 for 0. Talon is huge.
And I mean, yes, Era got the dragon, but they walk away with 2 more kills, and this mid laner 3-0-1 with a not a gold lead over the Sandra, but doesn't really matter that much. He already has a Tiamat plus a longsword. They're gonna have to watch out where they go with this talent. He's going to be looking for the picks now.
Yeah, he's kind of big. He's got Tiamat, like you said. He has, well, he's put 6, so he has that one shot potential. He finds a squishy in a dark corner. That's not someone you want to find in the alleyway.
Israel has his tier, gonna back now. So
To work towards that
yes.
mirror mana.
yeah, he's got 900 gold, so probably gonna pick up the pickaxe here, unless he wants to. Yeah, there we go. There is the pickaxe. Some people like to maybe go for a Sheen second, because I mean your tier will stack up either way. So not a bad pick sometimes if you have a lot of if you have 1,100 gold to burn straight off.
Good pick.
Not a bad pick.
I have to agree on that one. So, looking at the current state of the game, it's 13k to 10 in advantage towards red side. Gotta keep in mind though that Era was able to sneak a dragon. They've got the ocean dragon in the pocket, so they're not in too bad of a spot. Definitely hashtag comebackable. But they're gonna need to do something about Alcatraz, because he's looking to go big currently. 50 CS, 3 kills, only 8 minutes in.
That's the problem with taking Lissandra mid though. Yes, you have this tanky mid laner that has the potential for late game damage, but in this case, she has a little bit farm advantage over the Talon. But other than that, if she doesn't do something here, Talon is just going to. You can already see is like just walking to river every now and then, looking what he can do. Is the Lissandra just going to like freeze the wave? If so, that's a free roam. Look what you can do in a different lane. You're just sneaking around to the river doesn't mean you necessarily have to roam, but you put that pressure in the enemy mid laner's mind. And as I say that, look where he's going. He's going to the top lane. Lily are also there.
You see, Roam, he's already crossed the map at this point. I mean, Alcatraz is looking for any opportunity he can. He's trying to find the Jarvan. He's gone through the top side jungle, now heading back towards bottom, or mid lane rather, which should tell red side that Jarvan is not top side. Play bottom respectfully. Look to play it safe. You have the wave in a good spot. Era Sloth looking for any opening that he can, as well as now tries to sneak into the third brush. Zenith does find the target, getting the support locked in place. That Solar Flare into the chain CC of Ultimate, flashing forward Mob Scene into the Cataclysm, but here comes Alcatraz to the counter. 1v3 exhaust his pump, they burn majority of the CC with the flag and drag. Will find the knock-up, so Alcatraz just not able to find himself anything, but Sloth the overcommit, he has no friends with him. Forced to disengage, fight looking pretty good. Stardust now rotates down from the mid lane, but here comes IVC top hat. Slight Panda forced to cleanse. Stardust will find Mob Scene a kill on a top hat as Era do manage to get themselves a little bit of gold back in the pocket. 2-5.
Oh, just playing around bot lane is working out really well for them. They've got the kill onto Forza now, and also made the roaming efforts of Alcatraz so that he's fallen a little bit even more behind on the Lissandra and farm in mid lane. So little victories here and there that they're crawling themselves back to the game. It's not completely over yet. As you said, they have that Ocean Drake gold lead now closing a little bit. They have the kill onto the Ashe, also with a Cole, by the way. 47 CS left on that. So look forward to that one. I mean, yeah, the Era here clawing themselves back into the game. I'm being very confused with these team names at the moment.
Yeah, that's what happens when you cast two, I guess. I mean, Era's been around for a while, but that league, or that one league team, kind of getting confusing with the League of Legends team, which is a team that's been around in the local scene for quite a while. So understandable. But now Reptile brought to you for the mid lane. No objective of, or no first brick taken yet, but the plates have been secured. So red side looking pretty good as Top Hat does. After teleport back down, Bulbo Sagan's forced to walk, but he's making his way already past the mid lane as here comes the sleep. Another Doug looking for the engage. Top Hat finds the taunt. That's going to be another ADC dead. He does not have cleanse. He went heal. Slide Panda from afar. A lot of damage in the Cataclysm. 3-man lockdown. Talon goes big. Lissandra goes big. Era goes big with the double, triple, and the ace. Mountain Drake is just the icing on the cake.
A very big fight there from the side of Era, and somehow this game has just turned completely upside down now. We were talking about how much of a lead they have and how big this talent is, but he just not really came through in that fight and was took down very quickly. The Lissandra 3-0-2 now, where she had nothing in lane.
I mean, honestly, I really like the proactive rotation from Era. Bilbosaggins knew he had no teleport. ABC Top Hat did, so he walked down preemptively to be there for the objective, to be there for the fight, and it paid off super well. So Era now definitely back in this. They have 2 Drakes to 0, and the gold lead less than 1,000 now between the two sides, only 12 minutes in. Right, so Talon yet again looking to move towards top side, opts to back away, back to mid lane, catch the farm, and try and push that 5-kill lead even further, as red side starting to look a little bit shaky, but they're still in the driver's seat. They have a good comp, they just gotta play towards their win conditions. Bilbosaggins, top hat. Alright, do you know about the Ashe changes that came through this patch?
I know she's very good this patch. I can't remember exactly what was said.
Stardust, top hat looking to keep it alive. They do turn it around. Alcatraz stopped in his place, but Solar says hi. And that's going to be a kill for Slot, actually, as we do have a 1-for-1 trade mid lane for jungle. Bilbosaggins came out for the teleport a little bit late on the trigger pull there. I just complimented your rotations and your ability to move preemptively, in this case a little bit slow, and it does result in one league team taking that fight, so pretty much even the kill feed.
You can definitely just see the experience of Era coming through in these games.
Oh, Exhaust already burned plus the depth charge. Here comes Borza for the 1, or the 2v3 Cataclysm not yet used. He has it still in the pocket, but the Flag and Drag did not find that connection, but slight dead. Zal following through shortly after, so Slot just able to survive, and blue side now taking the game back into their favor. 0.2k ahead as the mid fight just starts up. It's a 1v2 or a 2v1 into a 1v1. Bilbosaggins finds himself that top lane top hat kill, but here comes another Doug. Leaves the chickens, doesn't finish the cap as Bilbosaggins goes drowsy, goes asleep. Does he go dead though? He does. Another Doug finding himself his 3rd kills. The fight now continuing. Stardust, new focus, but will be able to self-ulti to keep himself alive. Another Doug has other plans. Flash in the turn, takes the flag and drag Boza into the Cataclysm. Alcatraz using the Cataclysm to his advantage with that jump. But Stardust has the tools in the kit as the fight goes. Error, TOL, error, TOL. I don't even know at this point.
What an insane game this is. When this game started, I was like, this looks like it's going to be a fairly one-sided game. I mean, Era's not looking too good.
Okay.
Alcatraz with, I don't know, it just seemed like that one league team was looking like they were very confident in taking the lead in this game. And at that stage, Era was just like, nope, we'll show you. We'll play around bot lane, get our lead back in.
And it does not have cleanse. He had the flash, but he wants to just hold on to it, so he will survive as he turns back. And it's just going to be a bunch of damage, but a lot invested. Mob scene taking some poke to the face, but we have a cheeky rotation. Stardust showing himself on the tri-brush. It is warded, so they're well aware. Right, I believe we were trying to discuss the Ashe changes before we had like 3 or 4 team fights like chained after each other. Nope, we're not going to be able to talk about the Ashe changes as top lane Bilbosaggins finds top hat for a bit of poke.
Bit of poke, maybe, but if he did have his ultimate there, Bilbosaggins looking pretty good so far with those items. Does a fair amount of damage.
Jarvan, you gotta be careful. The drowsy does come through. Another Doug. Alcatraz looking to pull the trick, but here comes Starburst on the counter. Locks 2 members in place. Does not manage to get the damage. The fight does continue. Here comes Top Hat for the assist. Another Doug looking pretty good with the Bambi as he's just running through confidently, knowing he has that shield in the pocket if he is low. Flash, dredge line, passive lock in your place. Slide Panda fails the flash, but does he find the damage? Mopsy does not get. He stands still. He kites. Nope, he just kills Sly Panda. The question mark pings indeed. Here comes Sloth with the redemption. Zenith play the rest of the red side, rotating down. I don't know if Sloth wants to go for that, but he is mad that they engaged on Mopsy when he wasn't there.
They're looking for more victories this game, getting the Herald here on top lane and the Dragon also spawning soon. Seems like they might need to rotate a bit faster if they want to get a third Dragon. That one league team is looking to take this one. I think it might be for free even.
So Mopsy had to base in this case instead of going for the third Dragon, the second potential, or the third Dragon, they go for Rift instead. They've now passed it on to Bozo, the jungle Jarvan, who's sitting on the second Herald. I mean, it's an interesting one because it is post 14 minutes, so you don't get extra plates for the charge. So I don't know how I feel about that decision, but we'll see what they do with it.
I think with how strong Dragon is in this season, sometimes it's even better to just make sure you have a vision on Baron to make sure the enemy isn't doing it, and just always play around the Dragon. It's insanely strong. Getting a third Dragon this early into the game and just being that closer to Soul Point just means you'll pretty much guarantee yourself this late game, and now it's going to be delayed.
I've seen this play before, but red side for the bot side rotation. Stardust is here. Stardust deletes Ezreal. Slight is dead. As Zhao and Top Hat just try to get away, but the Zenith, ooh, maybe sitting a little bit too far right on that one. So here comes that Rift we spoke about as the tier 1 turret bot lane in sight. Blue side era looking for their first objective of turrets at least. Jarvan. Flag a drag, does get the good knock-up, but will not follow through. There's the Cataclysm. Sloth. Rest in peace, killing spree for jungle. Jarvan of the Siege does get to your tier 2 turrets now on site, but do they overreach? They got the finger, looking for the hand. Oh. Top hat again. The Shen is not getting through into the second game, that's for sure, as Lissandra now finding herself a death. Stardust dying with both summoners available as Jarvan surely falling through after into Sloth. I said it. They got the finger, why greed for the hand?
Back and forth we go. Gold lead pretty much almost dead even. You'll take a few hundred gold towers 1-1. And that Dragon that we talked about, very big difference there it's going to make now with that one league team just dragging out this game a little bit further for themselves.
Yeah, Dragons.
The Herald was used.
Yeah, it's bot lane for the Siege. They almost got the tier 2 turret, but it seems like it results in that free 1-for-1 trade of bottom for top as well.
Yeah, but I mean, trading the towers, gold lead still pretty much even. Where does the gold lead sit though? Seems like the Ashe has a good amount of gold, actually pretty evenly spread on the side of Era, which means that's pretty good. There's no one person you're putting all of your money into. Just pretty good for themselves.
I think the main gap is in the jungle. You can see from the CS gap 151 to like 110, 120. Another dog been doing some very efficient pathing, some very efficient jungling. This is just showing us why that Lilia pick is just so strong, why it's such a highly contested pick. And in this case, Jarvan not quite able to answer in terms of clear speed, but he has the value in teamfights, he has the Cataclysm, he's got some good knockups. But the issue is the later the game goes, the harder another dog will come online compared to Jarvan.
The problem is Jarvan was not made in this season, so this jungle is just not that strong.
One of those junglers where you really need to put the work in the early games. Those level 2 cheeses, notoriously strong on Jarvan, the flag and the drag, or the flag and drag and flash combo.
And otherwise, it has been working out pretty good for them. As you said, it's been working good out for the team fight specifically, actually.
Right, so the game kind of slowing back down. It's back to far more oriented gameplay. Uh-oh, Jarvan flags away, but he has a bit of an issue following him through. Jarvan ends up dropping Slime Panda, finding the first kill. The sleep was used as Sloth now forced to flash away, so they're gonna only lose the jungler. Dragon objective spawning shortly, potentially second dragon for Team 1 League. Or Error, on the other hand, still playing for their third. It could have potentially been the soul point, but instead, like we said, Dragon was traded for the objective of Rift Herald, which was then used to almost get 2 turrets. In this case, the Dragon objective going to be the new focus. I highly doubt we have either of these comps attempting a Baron at this stage of the game, just not really having the right team to do it.
Ash sold her call. She now has Berserker Greaves, Runins, and Blade of the Rune King, so looking to be pretty spicy in these next fights. You can definitely see her show up. Has been looking pretty good so far, mostly in this game, so even better at this stage, most probably.
Yep, otherwise we have the 2 item spike looking for that third. I hope to see Slide coming through with his That's a Dance now to complete the Holy Trilogy. Ezreal notoriously strong at that point, but in this case Shen's side lane, he does not have teleport, but he has Stand United, so he is here for the backup. Dragon Dance commences. Zal for the flank will get revealed though. Hawk shots. Stardust Flash, good engage. The Self Ultimate comes through. Town looking to go big. He still has the Flash. As the first one to drop will be Job, and that's 2 minutes dead for the side of Blue as they do trade Alcatraz. Finally, Nautilus out of here to Lilia. The next one down as the fight does continue. 2 to 3, but the health bars are low. Sloth dropped in place. Not yet. Actually, still alive. Nobody's hitting the support as Slight and Top Hat surviving by the slightest health. What is that T5 victory?
Another close game, and it looks like with this fight they might just even out the Dragons here. 2 for 2. Struggling a bit here, a bit low on the health.
I don't know. Obscene died with Flash. I feel like that's the kind of team fight where one summoner spell can turn the entire game. And with such a crucial fight, I mean, that potentially could snowball into a red side victory. They got the second Dragonal. It's not a Mountain or Infernal, but it is still value. So let's see what happens. Because, I mean, this game is just so close. These team fights are crucial.
I think Alcatraz actually just going straight onto the ADC in that fight is exactly what they need. Like I just said before, Ash looks pretty good in these team fights so far, and if Alcatraz can just delete her straight off the bat, even with the flash up as you mentioned, then it means that they're going to have much easier team fights, and it shows they won that one with 2 members left. Slither of health, but a victory nonetheless. Plus a dragon, actually.
You've got to keep in mind though that Lissandra is super strong in these team fights. Those close quarters, the passive kicks in, you suddenly get a chain reaction of multiple passives. No, not like this. The Zalbai elapse and pick off disrespectful face check and looking to get the vision. Does end up paying the price. So does Blue Star, does Era get to look for some form of snowball, some form of advantage to push from that pick? Or do we have a red side play for time? Look to try clear wave, don't leak any advantages, don't potentially lose much outside of maybe that tier 1 turret mid lane. Dragons. Alcatraz taken to the Shadow Realm. It's going to be built by Sagas looking for the 1v1. Alcatraz running out of movement as the big cleaver does come down for the top side kill, but Sagas showing us a bit of a Tyler 1 cosplay.
Yeah, I don't think you want to try to 1v1 a Mordecai that's this strong. He does have the Zonias as well, so he does have the little bit of armor plus the shield he gets.
Another Dark Triple Drowsy. Here comes Top Hat as well with Stand United. Good luck on the place. Shen will make. No, he won't. He does not make it through. Zalbai back to the fight as Slime Panda's here to clean up. Does find himself the double kill bot lane. Dead does end up trading support. Zalbai is gone, but Slime Panda will make sure to finish off everybody else for the quadrant. That is a substantial amount of gold to hand over to Slime Panda at this point. Letting out 3k.
And that's the one thing about doing risky dragons like this. You start off, you already have lower health. Dragon does put that debuff on you, and if a team shows up behind you, then it means that you have to fight between the Baron and them, and that's a very risky thing to do.
Yep, like you said, Baron has the... he's got the scary debuff. So for those of you guys don't know, like stated by Sinister, the team that hits the Baron, or whoever's closest to Baron, basically gets a debuff, making them squishy. You lose resistances, which means if you do get collapsed on, you're going to be in trouble, and that's exactly what happens. So a bit of a rough situation, but still 24 to 24.
Seems like they might be able to finally crack open this top tier 1 tower. That means the whole map is open now. Only tier 2s remaining all round. Gold lead looking pretty good so far for that one league team.
Right, so Alcatraz just doing some cheeky farming in the enemy jungle, getting some recon, getting some vision. Zal, we saw you doing exactly that, overextending to get vision. You got caught and punished for it last time. This time you're going to be able to walk away alive, but you got to be careful. You cannot be the guy that throws the game, especially in a semis where you're playing for the ability to get into the finals. I mean, 80k, definitely a team to beat, so second place most definitely on the tables for either side. Alcatraz, Mobsy with the overextend. Ash, you're out of here. That's a Red Raven, but on his own side.
Alcatraz is obviously going to look to be doing that pretty much all the time. He has the Moby boots, he has the Ghost Blade. If you're even remotely out of position with no team to back you up, Ash with no cleanse, nowhere to go for you, you're dead.
You've got to respect it.
Speaking of respect, we have the third dragon coming through. I mean, this dragons have been very delayed. It was looking like Arrow was going to get their soul point very early, but that one league team got 2 dragons in a row now, and it's just looking to pretty much get the soul point for themselves.
Yep, dragons spawning. Both teams looking to try to set up, as we should have a pretty big team fight over this objective. Neither side really needs this dragon in the sense of there's no soul to play for, but it does get you to the point where you have a lot of pressure for the next one spawning. The team fight is the main objective in this case. Both sides want a good position, they want to win the fight, and dragon is the prize. Make sure not to split the focus. You don't want half the team hitting dragon, half the team taking the fight. But in this case, Zal yet again, kind of overextended by himself. Does he get punished? Mobsy not actually going to open with the Ash Arrow. I'm very surprised. He has an opportunity.
They have to act though. APC top hat does have both TP and his ultimate up. So however this fight goes, he can definitely get there very easily. That being
Dragon.
said, Era already starting the dragon up.
Sleep does come through, the 2-man Drowsy Shen toward the backline, but here comes mid lane Alcatraz. He finds the Mobsy in for the delete instantly. Ash is dead. Solar not finding the right targets as the Shadow Realm fight does continue. Bulbo Sagas not finding another Doug's damage as he does manage to flash away, and an ABC top out here to follow through for Bulbo Sagan. So the fight did favor the side of red, but the dragon went over to blue. Error was basically forced. Oh, go for it.
This is the taunt. He's gonna probably die to that now for that. Yeah. But
so Bulway finding himself that cheeky kill. So the kills pretty much even still despite the fights. They're going both directions. In this case, Error was forced to look for the dragon commit because they had the ABC top hat split push, as well as the bot lane pressure from Alcatraz. Very, very nicely played by Red TOL. So Baron, now the new focus, this dragon has dropped. Both sides looking to restart up the dance. Do we get the full commit? Top hat has teleport plus ult coming through the next few seconds. So you will have that split push potential yet again. I feel like just rinse and repeat. That was a good objective. You're basically forcing forcing Error to look for something because otherwise they lose the objectives of potentially inhib. And in this case, Alcatraz narrowly surviving that Mobsy snipe attempt.
yeah, you can see this Ash is looking
Kind of juicy.
looking for this. Yeah, she's every single time she's like, oh, the talent is coming for me. And you can see there the nerves getting to her. Oh, splash engage.
Alcatraz receives the shield, the top hat backline taunt says no. Stardust, he's not surviving this one. He had a bit of flash and he ends up dying nonetheless as Ezreal Sly Panda finds himself his 11th kill. Mobsy the backline still gonna be alive as he does receive the death charge. Another Doug from across the map. The sleepy Drowsy, you're gonna sleep and now dead. Job with the next one down as Bulbo Sagan's now trying to find Alcatraz in the death run, but he has friends there to redeem him as the stopwatch Zonia's does show face for a little bit more time. So now inhibs inside, Baron's there as an option as well. Sloth is currently Error's only hope.
Yeah, that I don't know that engage from Lysandra there was no one really to follow up from her, so I'm not sure what the claw plus flash stun engage was going to happen after that, and it shows after that the team just pretty much got dismantled, and Mordekaiser couldn't drag it out either, so not the best fight there from Era's side. Maybe getting a bit finicky and trigger happy with the engages there.
Okay, so we had the mid-herald or mid-siege. They got the inhibitor, now falling back to the Baron. They're looking for a sleep or sneak rather. Era in this case should try to contest. They don't need to worry too much about mid lane. They can always put Lissandra there. She has teleport as well. Sagan's up in the next few seconds. This is potentially a throw. 4,000 health left on the Baron. They just try to rush it down. Here comes the blue side teleport. Ash Arrow finds Slide Pad the instant cleanse as Zal just lets Bulbo Sagan's come through. The double TP comes in as well. Baron secured by red side, but how many members survive to tell the tale? Good positioning from top as he does bring the shield as the fight continues on the two fronts. Stardust does end up dropping despite the stopwatch into the Shen top lane. Death Jarvan's out of it. Ezreal shut down Ash. Finally able to play a team fight as Alcatraz. Nope, I spoke too soon. Alcatraz still just looking for Ash. But Sagan's very nicely held on to the death realm as Zal just trying to play for time, and another dog drops last member or last two members. No, it's just Zal with Baron.
The Baron call not that worth it for them in the end. There's one left, so I mean that inhibitor is cracked open in mid, and they have minions rushing into their base. It get a little bit of damage down onto the one Nexus turret, but not too much. It should be able to defend that quite well. But that being said, the soul point for Era is spawning at the moment. It will be another Cloud Drake, so that one league team could have had 3 Cloud Drakes for them in the bag at this stage if they got that previous dragon.
Alright, so that was a pretty classic throw, honestly. Like, the overextend, the overgreed, good response from Aaron was a little bit late, but it does end up working out. Unfortunately, weren't able to get there before the Baron did drop, but they've removed majority of the team's Barons, with only Zal, Nautilus support having it left. Generally, you either want to go for inhib, then reset into potentially Baron. You're in a good spot where you're winning team fights, so don't force it, don't rush, don't overgreed it. In this case, they did exactly that. Otherwise, alternatively, you could have just looked for the Baron and then used that to try and close out. In this case, they went for a both situation results in that team fight. Loss, handing over a lot of gold because they had not backed yet as the team fight does break through. Ezreal looking for the Drake snipers. Blue team do secure it, so that's going to be the soul now for the side of Error. Nobody yet dying. It's going to be Slight Panda failing with Stardust mid lane, both dead from either side. Top hat so low, but the fight's so fiesta. It's going to be the Cataclysm of the backline. Borza just locking himself in there as the double kill does come through for the Mordekaiser. Bulbo Sagan's big flash Q. The mallet finds the first target. Ezreal Slight Panda just trying to get away as the triple. He wants his quadra though. He wants the damage, he wants the gold, he wants to take the victory, but he just cannot find the Slight Panda. Just off. The grab into the bonk. And only another Doug will be alive to find herself cheeky chickens.
Yeah, and this game, so much back and forth, but in the end, Era did get the Soul Dragon. And the base, though, dismantled pretty hard because they gave up to get that Dragon plus the kill. So it's still not looking very good for Era at this stage. And even with that fight, that one league team is still has a very, very big gold lead. And I think the reason why, one of the big reasons why that one league team didn't just win that fight straight up and just, you know, like they did the previous fights, because that was looking like it looked very familiar. We saw that happen before. And Alcatraz, instead of waiting for the team fight to start and then getting onto the Ashe, engaged the fight himself. So a little bit too fast on the trigger finger there. If he just waited for the fight to start, get onto the Ashe, delete her like he did every other fight, I think that one league team would have won that fight, got the dragon, and actually maybe even won the game.
I mean, Error were able to secure the objective. They got the soul, but they lost their Nexus turret as a result. That now allows for potential teleport backdoors. In this case, only Top Hat has teleport, but Alcatraz quite nimble with the talent pick. He can look for the back door. So this means Error have to play this very safely. Alcatraz trying to find Stardust, does burn a little bit of damage. The lock in place, the chain CC dropped to half health as Boza now walks through for the flag. There's the drag, but does not opt to go for the Cataclysm.
Alcatraz needs to watch out where he positions. Speaking, or the arrow.
Obsidian.
Ash though.
Solar.
Gone Ash.
Sloth Zenith on to Shen, but he's not taking any damage. Boys on the other hand trying to find Alcatraz. He uses flag through over into the Cataclysm. I'm jobbing him. Help would just easily jump and hop, skip, jump him out. Alcatraz should be good. He is. The Nexus still in sight. I mean, currently Ezreal is just taking the inhib mid that had respawned. The Nexus now open. It can look for the end or the second inhibitor top. Red side looking to push through into the base. The gates have been opened. The waves now crashing through.
Shen ult is up. As I said, have to watch out for the Alcatraz. He can do these backdoors. He can get onto your backline. He's causing such a big distraction for the team at the moment. They thought he was looking for the flank, but a matter of fact, he just jump over all the walls and go right for the base.
Alcatraz was now reset. So this is not a fun spot for either sides to play. I had a game exactly like this last night in solo queue, but you're gonna have to make sure to get vision priority. You have to spot out any potential backdoors. They've just taken your inhibitor, your Nexus is open, and Baron is spawning. If you look to contest this arrow, they will look for the backdoor teleport play. Clear vision, run the sweeper in the base, make sure that you have good brush control. Alcatraz, on the other hand, looking to catch out anybody who does overextend. He did not even opt to back, but instead just get brush priorities. We do see now TOL looking to try to set up that topside pressure. The Baron objective spawning shortly. I'm actually super excited to see how this ends, Artie. I'm genuinely like keen.
It's definitely an exciting game. I mean, it's not anyone's game. It's just back and forth the whole time. Any team can throw at any stage, and the game can still go to anyone. Okay, well, to be honest, it's very red favorite at the moment. But to be honest, from what we've seen from Era, they can have a good team fight and still win this.
Okay, so Top Hat just burned teleport. I don't know about that one. He's looking to commit for the Baron, but this means he won't be able to go for the split. Meanwhile, the base. Alcatraz looking for the backdoor. Top Hat stand united. They go for the finish. Locks down the first member into the chain. CC. The Nexus still above half health. Top Hat looking for the Kite. Expect kick him through his mob scene. Forced him to receive that redemption in the backline. Not going to work out, but this does mean that Baron is the new focus. Nexus only dropped to half or just above half. Nexus alive, but Baron is low. Blue side looking for the contest. The flag and drag, the smite. It's going to be Stardust securing the Baron for blue side as the fight now continuing. Stardust did go clutch, but will he be able to get out? Another Doug over the wall fights. That's going to be Mr. Jungle. Another Doug dead. Only members left. Stardust vs Zao. Zao does not have abilities left as he is out of mana, but Aerosloth a little bit too late, and mid lane does drop 3 for 1.
What is this game? I don't know about the calls here from that league, that one league team. I mean, yes, you start off the Baron, then Shen uses his TP. Why? He has his ultimate. If he really wants to get to Baron, he can use that. And then he uses his TP to get into base, basically do like not even half damage to the tower, Nexus, and then die. Then they go to Baron and lose that again. Like, what?
Yeah, Elder Drake is now on the table. That is the go-to fight objective. They need to play for another dog only spawning in the next few seconds, so Era does have priority for setting up vision. This game is the definition of a clown fiesta. Oh, Alcatraz, you don't want to be the guy who throws a 40-minute game with... Oh, mid-fight. Mob scene deleted. Goodbye, friend. Alcatraz finding himself the cheeky pick and escape stage left. On the other hand, Eldrick not yet started up. 5 members alive. TOL just looking to reset their mid laner. He needs to get back with full health for the next fight. As instead the fight continues. Sloth super low. Top hat. Sloth forced to flash with the depth charge does find. Couple of players, Bobo Sagan's not the main target. Snipe, Slight Panda, Drowsy asleep with the shadow. They can slide to the death run as Bobo Sagan is trying to go big. The 1v1 top lane goes Sagan's favor. As next, the Sanjo out of your stopwatch after the pull. Bobo Sagan's found one, but can he find the next one? Top hat receives the first. Mount to the face is another Doug, and Alcatraz look to potentially back to the neck as if Alcatraz can sneak away, he can go for the finish. Boza here for the counter as Bobo Sagan finds another one. Blue side redemption not finding the target, but Alcatraz v Boza. Where are you going, Zal? The fight's over here. Cataclysm. Alcatraz, top path, trying to keep him alive, but he won't be able to as the waves mid lane do shove through, and Eldrake has not yet been touched. So I'm thinking Sagan's MVP, doesn't matter which way the series goes at this point.
He's done a lot of work in these games, and it just seems like you think the team fight is gonna go one way and then it goes the other. I mean, Ash got the pick onto the Alcatraz with the Ash arrow, and they say no you, they turn it, they kill him, and then the fight still goes in favor of Era. It's insane.
So it's 40-41 in a 41-minute, 41-second game. So, I mean, Era have been playing on the back foot for the last 20 plus minutes. They're finally in a good spot. They got the Eldrake on majority of the team. Their inhib is now back up, but at the same time, Top Hat's gonna get the teleport back soon, so you need to be very careful if you extend out of the base. You cannot afford to leave the Nexus vulnerable. I mean, at this point, players starting to reach full build.
Now the problem is now Alcatraz needs to really watch out. He can't.
So what are you doing there? Forced to flash out, gets the popcorn, but is he safe? Another dark dredge line for the disengage. Alcatraz looking to back off as he does end up popping the
He will
death
be
charge.
Leona. Okay, that's a big That's a big ultimate down now. They did have his flash. You really need the CC of the Nautilus ultimate to get onto the back line, and those are gone now.
I mean, in this case, Talon can just play safe. He can just not show, and you have this pressure of, is Talon near our Nexus? So they've passed the halfway point. They have the Alder Drake, so Red Side TLL cannot take the fight. But at the same time, if they extend too far, they won't be able to react. They have double teleport, but to get back to the Nexus and defend is going to be an issue. So they do look for Siege. This case, honestly, just leaving Stardust in the base, or in at least their side of the map, just to teleport in for a team fight if needed, would probably be the safer call, because he has that threat of the pick as well. He could just be hiding in the shadows, so you don't know if he is there for the 5v5 or whether he's just holding back. But it seems like it has paid off so far. The group, no signs other than the top hat looking for that side lane's pressure.
It does seem like
Ash?
that one League team is playing this pretty well. I mean, they are waiting. Oh, that's a okay. Guys got the cleanse. That's fine.
That's right there why you have to take cleanses, Ezreal. Or just as an AD carry in general versus the likes of Ash. Hang on. The alarm noise is going off. Blue side area realizing what's going on top lane. There's a big wave crashing with the top hat driving, as Elder Drake should be like disappearing in the next few seconds actually. So top hat overextending, looking for the in-hit play, does find the taunt onto Eddie Carry, but does he have the damage? Below Sagan's may be forced to use. Nope, Sagan's not gonna be able to pop, or not need to pop the Shadow Realm in this case, so top lane now dead for 50 seconds. I mean, top hat could have just shoved the wave and backed off, played it safe. I mean, he got the wave to crash, he forced blue side a back error, then wasted the rest of the Elder Drake, did not get the fight that they wanted to get to the point where they are able to take this game back now. But Baron, in the other hand, the main focus now spawning, as I believe that is the third Baron.
30 seconds death time is still on the Shen here. So if Era wants to force something here because they have that numbers advantage, they're gonna have to look for it now. We do see a lot of question mark pings coming onto Baron. Maybe questioning getting that vision control, getting some wave pushing.
Stardust has the split push going for the bot lane at least, just gain the priority. Teleport is there for the potential contest. Rotation if needed, another Dag. TOL. So I think this is the first Baron that we've had Era actually start up. Normally it's TOL that start the objective and Era look for the contest. Baron dropping low, actually opting to cancel it as Mobsy looks for the snipe, but where is the arrow going? There's nobody nearby. Blue side forcing our teleport back, and Stardust wants to be able to fight. The Cataclysm does come through, looking pretty good. A slide now forced into a choke. He has no cleanse. He burnt it over as the Ash. Blue side redemption. Another Dark sleep onto multiple members, but they opt to just play it safe. No, it was only Sloth that got slapped. Pretty big cooldown to burn this early in the fight.
Ezreal ultimate also down now. Flash also down for the Ezreal. So Ezreal no more escape except for his E. he will have to be sure he does not get hit with that Ash arrow again.
Alcatraz, what are you doing, friend?
They were looking to get some vision control on this side of the jungle to be sure nobody gets. Took him a while, even with the Titanic Hydra.
Okay, so both these teams just looking to try and play it as safe as possible. They fighting for 45 minutes, but neither side wanting to make any mistakes. So we've kind of just gotten to like a standstill with both sides are just clearing wave, looking for potential overextends. In this case, we've seen Zalbai overextend several times, so maybe we get the Nautilus overextend into like T5 victory, but the objective of Baron as well as Alder both on the map shortly. So quite interesting to see which way we see the sides playing for it. On the other hand, Alcatraz constantly pushing up, looking for any form of pick. Mob Scene has not been able to play this game majority of the fights. Oh. Not us.
Red side has a lot of map pressure, but it's really hard to take advantage of it because Era's team fighting, they just make sure they go onto the priority targets so well, and they always so hard to take advantage of. And Ash has been playing really safe after she's been deleted a few times. Probably noticed that, hey, I'm going to be caught off every single time by the talent. Let's try and get around that. And then boom, suddenly we're winning fights, and it's making that one league team much harder to close off this game. And the gold lead almost equal at this stage even.
I don't know how I feel about these Ash ults. We've had several descent back towards the base, but nowhere near connecting. 3-man Drowsy, the sleep. Keep in mind, Error side or TOL looking for the back door. So there's going to be a 3v5 as the Nexus now in sight. 8,000 health left on the Elder, Zhao, and the bot lane. Team fight, Bulldog Saggins finds the Shen kill, but they have no teleport. Stardust is dead. Jarvan opted for the back as Alcatraz now looking to join the Nexus. Was the main focus. The Drake was the bait. They don't care about the fight as they do want the Nexus victory. It's kind of cheap.
Yeah, looks like it.
It's kind of cheap, but I'll respect it. TOL taking the first game. You gotta do what you gotta do for the big W.
Interesting. So it's very good for taking advantage of it. I mean, we did mention before that if they take any objectives like this, it's always that thing in the back of the mind that there's no towers defending your base. If someone goes to your base, they can just take an inhibitor down and end the game, and that's exactly what happened.
They got tired of just doing this back and forth like dance, and they thought like it's time to break out the Expector. Let's just send the bot lane in for the finish and let them think they're fighting for the Drake victory, and it paid off in this case. So that was the first game of the best of 3. Keep them in mind. So MVP, what are we thinking, dude?
MVP? I don't know. I think that, like you said, Bulbo had done a lot of work in these fights. But I mean, if we go for the victory team, I think another Doug. The way he's been picking people off and starting these team fights between them is I think it's one of the factors that got them the victory.
Yeah, otherwise, honorable mention to Alcatraz. I feel like he did a lot of work that game, making sure that Mob Scene is not allowed to play League of Legends this patch. So good job to Alcatraz. Otherwise, I think overall pretty decent game. Couple of back and forth throws that you do expect from, I guess, the higher mid-tier league in SA. So both these sides showing a lot of promise. And I honestly think the series can still go either way. So it's by no means done, but the first game has been handed to
that one league team.
I keep trying to call them another League of Legends team, and I hesitate.
Yep. I mean, yes, it's definitely the next 2 games. If it's anything like this one, it's gonna be close ones. These games were not like one-sided or at all. From the get-go, it's been back and forth. Yep, these games are very exciting.
Have to agree with you on that one. But nonetheless, guys, we'll be back shortly for game number 2. So time for the coffee, time for the popcorn. We'll see you guys soon. Just want more information on how to support Shaz as well. Playing on bot side, Dark Puppy. You trying to flash in, Dark Puppy flash in the way busy. He just go down for it. No, actually surviving. Neutron on the other hand, the return on the first blood turn. What? Tiger. Okay, so I guess it would have been fine, but I mean, he could have potentially taken an extra touch shot. He flashed before the Q, panicking before the auto attack. Red side teleport. Oh, ADHD. You're getting away from the Kinjo gank. That's kind of spicy, actually. So, Duck, would you mind giving us an example? You've got it up and running your side. Back to the wet noodle top side, ADHD. The roots are being brought through. He's actually been hit by it already. Hit by it twice. Did you guys know that's a thing? And it looks like it may just be the solo kill on the top side. Tiger Beckler, the choke, ADHD with the turner. Walking, what are you doing? Neutron finds a kill on the jungle. Peanut, that's going to be supported as well as Clax. Looking to go big with the final hour. Oompa Loompa, Tiger Beckler, the new focus. Clax the flash forward. That's going to be an growth coming through from mid lane. Lulu. Not too sure about now the moment of optimization, but it seems like Peanut, the 3-man rotation, Sage next, that's going to be a big Peanut kill. Shutdown as well coming through onto the Lulu. That's going to be Mr. Killer himself and Neutron dead as ADHD overcommits. It's a bit of a repeat from the other day. Where did that Q go from Sliver? Genetics. The auto got a lot more used to solo casting. Pages. Genetics. Rage come through, that's going to be Dark Puppy so low, but Clax, the exhaust, the last auto attack, the tumble, the Q, the order, it's going to be this. The mid turret does fall, so it's just that we try to switch the PCs, and that provides, or resulted in us not being able to use the replay function for a while, a couple months. Kiddo Genetics, the 1v1 Kiddo loses the back and fuck him, Genetics in a good spot just to be attacking, throwing the pizzas. It's going to be the first blood. Latifah and Neutron go down to the flash W, root coming through for Tiger Beckler. That's 2 kills into potentially a Baron rotation. Yeah, Clash is so low, won't go down. Forced into them. That's going to be Peanut just able to survive as Yumi's now. The free objective Parasite is dead as Killer doesn't get flash. Some overgrowth. The slow applied Tiger Beckler on the front line, just trying to catch up as quickly as he can. Again. Peanut, GG looking to turn instead. Neutron the focus. Oompa Loompa finds himself in the jungle. Neutron killing the exhaust applied in Sage next, stepping forward. Kiddo, no overgrowth available, so it looks like he shouldn't be able to get away from this as Oompa. This cheeky sidestep. And Peanut finding the rampage. So Baron object. 80k they are playing at 8 o'clock as well, so Papega, GG easy fight. I'll break it through Peanut. Vulnerability brought in. Unfortunately, does not seem like Tiger Beckler. Look at that hit with the flash. Will the jump over the wall means Clax is not going to get access to that last auto to Peanut. First in, but dead will be Tiger Beckler. It seems like Lulu actually killing Oompa. Did he just die to an HD but not having the damage? It's a little bit overconfident. The rest of the side of GG not having access to the put. It looks like 80k will be okay for now. At least the fight still continue. Kiddo in a very okay spot. The unique jump. A lot of damage. The chapters, the book is open. It's only going to be Tiger Beckler left behind. The failed flash into the wall means he's going to be going down. It's going to be 80k. Clax looking to pull the damage. That auto, that move, that kite, that damage. The double kill is going to be there, and that's going to be next. Vayne taking a shield, but it seems like she will go down first. That is not good from the side of GG as Clax forced to back away, but the double kill coming through. So he's positioning well enough to stay out of the Vel'Koz dance wave, but the shutdown there it is. The final Oompa Loompa. So he gets the Baron efficiently because the Baron does fall off, Soul does not, as well as it will be the... Oh, that pillar. This Genetics doesn't know how to get through. Has to flash through. What did I just watch? The block, the Dark Puppy pick though. Positioning. The top side Neutron, the front line Dark Puppy. A little bit low, it seems like the first of a dead will be Neutron. Let's take it back, we'll try to get away the Vayne. Third auto not there, but the pin will be against the wall. Genetics, Clax going big with the Yumi attachment as well. ADHD on the right side. Looking to collapse with Dark Puppy snare. Will be there, but Clax yet again able to just go pretty Graves alternative because Graves is like a super good pick. I think Primal probably one of the... Oh, hang on. The same Genetics side step. Clax. The root's gonna be there into the side. That may just be first blood. Most likely will Insane Genetics. The order, the Soraka, the banana, it grows and it's unexpected. Top or bottom side. I think we're gonna be having a conversation with regards to everything after the series, so between the gap. You guys do want more info on the tournament starting tomorrow? Like a Beckler top side. What are you doing? Okay, ADHD, rest in peace. That moment you realized it was Team doing on top side. Tiger Beckler back with the vengeance. The teleport's gonna be there. Tiger Beckler has the cancel though. The floppy bear is real. Kiddo on the other hand, Peanut. Flash in. Peanut gets the kill, and that's gonna be a GG redeeming themselves. Peanut just survived. It's gonna be burned as well. 80 loses the solo 1v1 again. Again, we got top side. Big fire breaker like Kiddo finding the first kill as a Dark Puppy. It looks like Genetics just trying to get away. It's the second double. Kiddo just running away with the game. but Oompa Loompa has the shutdown on. See, that's not so Rocket Jet as the Riptail should get his charge off. Tiger Vehicle trying to create that front line. And Kiddo investing, but he's not quite as squishy as before. He's got friends as well. The flip's going to be the ban. The shutdown over to Insane Genetics. Pretty big. Finally, mid lane, Kiddo, the damage dealer himself now down. As Klax is not able to keep him alive in this case. The flash was available. Look at the size of that heal. No grievous wounds. Unique just gets his entire health bar back. Oompa can do absolutely nothing about it. I can see the tilt maneuvers, the heal for the movement speed. He's panicking. Neutron does not find the flag and drag, but the Kiddo damage not enough either. The DPS to take the talk of the snowball just short. The last tick will be enough. Actually, Basil now left alone. Unfortunately, Klax the barrier. Change for later. So we don't highlight that they just burn and heal themselves. Oh, Cataclysm bot side the Basil overgrowth. Ziggs ultimate damage. That's a lot into the final Klax Q. Here comes ADHD. Unstoppable force is going straight for you. Lila is my choice. And I will take it. Basil Klax. Darts here for the counter pass the Red Rock into the flash. Completely negating the CC release, but it won't be enough as he will go down. This the buffed up defense is not enough to keep him alive. Kiddo the flash of a Lancer is instantly flashing away. And it looks like Kiddo finds himself the killing speed reside teleport as well. Oh god, hello, he come back to the field beyond death. The flash in to get the CC on a Kiddo. Also onto Klax as well. The double kill coming through. Jetlast looking to go big, and he does. Will he be able to survive to tell the tale though? The rotation not coming through. 3,000 half left on the Baron. Cataclysm the turn. Flash out Telesaurus. Unstoppable. Not going to find anyone. Unfortunately, Klax in the backline. See below dead. Jetlast. Pop Blossom says, no friend, you're going down as well. Unique left behind as Royalty just looked to pick up. So there is a room for potential steal, but unfortunately the Vanzo ultimate enough. It looks like Kiddo does kill Lulu, but as a trade-off, the Baron handed over to Royalty. Kiddo stuck in an interesting position. Stopwatch was very clutch from this Kiddo, but it seems like Vanzo may just have the damage. Does not land the split, but he goes big. Pop Blossom, Fear Beyond Death coming through. Jetlast finding the Fear on the two targets. Neutron left behind as Klax is the main focus. The Jetlast finds the kill count as well. The Urgot is so big, and we speak run with the game. Jetlast is playing like he wants to win. He's got the Urgot, and he's got the Tiger Urgot for a reason. Cataclysm coming through the backline. Lots of damage. That's going to be Royalty. Taken super low. Basil flash away. He does receive the exhaust. Kiddo finds the first killing spree into that Fear Beyond Death. Jetlast backline. Fear Neutron not going to be getting away from the shotgun these days. No escaping. Royalty. Basil traded over. Don't have flash either. He may. Oh, the juke to the left. He's heading towards Jetlast instead. Neutron. Grab the pullback in. That's going to be the first blood as well as the guard run with a disconnect. So Royalty actually. I honestly should, but I need the minimap bigger for when I regular play League. Not going to replay. Oh, the Q flash up to Telesaurus. ADHD forced to flash out. Actually, the follow up Jetlast. A lot of damage. That can be the first blood. It will be. It's going to be our Spooks finding himself a cheeky Roster switch. Hello, Unique, the first of a dead Vanzo finding himself another kill. Actually, or in this case, his first kill and assist. Neutron return of the supportal combat. That's Kiddo finding our Spooks as well. So that's a 2 for 2 in terms of totals goal. I know my ID number. Do you guys know yours? Sinister, do you know yours? What virus? Crappy chickens?
Always a little part of my ID number that I forget, but the beginning and end is easy.
Vanzo deletes it, Unique flashing out, and that's going to be a Royalty who picks up the bomb. Blue side teleport looking to join. It's going to be Diana. Tempo. Tilts. Neutron. Ragnarok does receive the Zillion respawn. Kiddo, Lancerius going big, finds a kill on a Kiddo. The resurrection coming through as always. Lancerius does take an extra tire shot, so will trade. On the other hand, Vanzo dead. Spooks a train of heals. Lancerius. Cheeky lockdown. The Neutron takes the tire shot, does not die for Unique, taking the tire shot as well. Lancerius diving or dodging into it.
Missed it with just off the right of the screen.
Oh, Lancerius, the pullback, Kiddo, no ult for the middle of Klax, nice test. They did get the dragon into the third one out. No! What? He hits it! Neutron stuck in the pit now. No flash, and that's gonna be the cheeky Vanzel pick. Soul though, so Vanzel, snipe as well as the Spooks. Collateral damage, steal the popcorn in, looks for it, tempered fate says no friend, Spooks stuck in the pit, that's going to be the blue team. Actually, Royalty securing the dragon, so there's going to be no soul into the Spooks, looking for the purple, dashes towards the gate, and he's out of there. Neutron canceling, Vanzel sniping on the side either. Royalty looking to try to capitalize this tilt, walks in a slow self ultimate Kiddo. Resurrection, jungler dead, traded off with Telesaurus. Klax on the top side as Kiddo reconnects or revives. Top side of the map. Work out though. I definitely feel like that was a bit coin flippy and perhaps not on the same page with that one. The pick coming through, Clack to no spell shield, well spooks. Dash and past the stun, this is the resurrection to his man. Serious goes to the backline, Killer forces disengage flash. Spooks the new focus as he is now dead. Clack's finding the kill in the jungle from Royalty. Oh, so close on the pick onto Unique, but it seems the flash out not enough as Neutron gets the kill over the wall. Spooks reposition, Lancerius the main focus. Neutron receives the Zillion ultimate. So cooldown is this. Lancerius goes for the Clack's backline. He does get it, he goes big. Resurrection coming through. Lancerius trying to get away. Tilt speed. Meanwhile, Graves going for the wave apparently. Shutdown as Royalty get deleted at ATK.
I actually kind of like how you replaced everything.
Sub-Saharan, Silver, cheeky lock. There's the Vanguard's edges to dash back. It does receive a little bit of a DPS, but that's not first play coming through. Silver shows us he's more of a 70% win rate, not 20% win rate earlier. Second kill at the totem on GG. Sven on the other hand, challenger starts, walks into a cheeky trap. Bilbo Saggins the pop over Silver, looking to get in as well. The two-man lockdown make that one man is Silver the last one alive. Rest in peace. 4-1.
Yeah, I think he does lose it hard early.
Tell Sven because he didn't get that memo. Midside gank tip as well.
I don't think it's that early anymore.
A Mimic making the difference here for the counter kick. That's so big. 4 fun / practice customs divided by Elo. Talon, bot side, roam opts not to go for the Ezreal, instead immediately on Snowy barrier plus heal up up. Snowy ignite taken away, but it seems like Billy Bob big brain damage will be there. That DPS enough. A fadeaway kill. Brock. Sven, Bilbo side.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game 2 of that one league team versus Era overtime. And it's pretty exciting. I'm very hyped for the second game. What about you, Sheepy? I mean, we just had a 50-minute game where the fights was pretty much going either way, depending on who pretty much got deleted first or who got caught off. And I'm keen to see if they're going to change things up dramatically. Are we going to see a one-sided stomp? Is it going to go exactly the same? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, games tend to be a little bit different second game. First one, normally a little bit more safe. Everybody's kind of just trying to feel each other out. What kind of playstyle do they have? What can we do exactly to, I guess, win? Take the first game. Second game, especially for the side that want to have a little bit more breathing room. As for the side that lost, do they change their strategy? Where do they go wrong? But we should see some more targeted bans, which we do. Mordekaiser, very much out of here. I don't want to see Saggins on that Mordekaiser pick ever again.
Yeah, that's a great ban right there. And also, Lilia also gone. So either or, we're definitely going to see something different this game. We did stick with the Graves and Gangplank ban. Yone also out, still same as previous game. So this time Shen also taken away. So both top laners, we're going to see something completely new on top. That being said, talk about top hat. He will be picking the Alistair for the bot lane of that one league team.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. Okay, sure. Like, support pick. First can be kind of interesting, but Alistair, not the greatest spot. He has been seen a little bit more recently with the phase rush build, but again, it's more of a answer to the enemy comp kind of pick. It's not really a blind first pick. Misfortune locked in, however. Misfortune not a bad spot. It has been pretty strong for many patches. Keen to see what variation of the Misfortune build we do get. Is it the Dark Harvest on hit, lethality, or what is the story? But second pick not coming through for Era.
I think the crit build is still my favorite with the Essence Reaver. I think that build's pretty strong in my opinion. I agree with you on the Alistair though. I'm not a big fan of Alistair. I feel like there's other supports at the moment that does what he does and better. I think the only thing that he does pretty well that stands out a bit is his ultimate. So I think he has, I mean, his engage potential, Leona can do that, and she still has a lot of damage reduction on her W, and she's just much stronger overall because her W is on a shorter cooldown where Alistair's ult is on a fairly long cooldown. So in my opinion, Leona was open. I think Leona would have worked better, but hey, maybe he has a trick up his sleeve with the Alistair. The Alistair has really good engage still, so either way, it is going to do the trick. Hecarim, though, banned the previous game, not this game. Boza, Young Zinc previously, I think is pretty good on the Hecarim, so that's a pick to look out for. I think this Hecarim is going to be big for Era.
We have a Mumu locked in. For those of you guys who don't know Mumu this last patch, they changed his ultimate from a suppression to a stun. So you can no longer use abilities and auto attack from within the Amumu lock. You are stunned, so it's made the pick a little bit stronger. As for the Hecarim, been a very, very strong pick in jungle for the entirety of the season. Silas, normally a good mid or top pick. In this case, we're not too sure where it's going, so I kind of like the Silas pick. As for Kled, very good top lane, as well as I feel like it has that potential for the solo carry if you can get ahead with it. The ultimate very strong in team fights, allows for Mumu to get onto their comp very easily as well. So let's see what the ban phase results in. Talon out of here, Leona as well.
And there we go. The Leona is banned out, as I said. That is not going to... The support on the side of Era is going to be after different. I don't know if they play, but I'm quite a big fan of Misfortune Nami. I feel like you can get a really, really nice wombo combo for those two ultimates. That being said, though, Nami is not one of the strongest supports at the moment, and that's just a little bit of bias from my side because, you know, I love Nami, my little sushi girl. But other than that, they're still... Seraphine ban. That could also work really well with Misfortune. Speaking of, they have pretty much the same kind of ultimate. You know, with the extended range especially, can go very, very far. We're definitely seeing some different things out here from Era now. Instead of that Lissandra, we instead get the Silas and maybe Xerath here. No?
Seraphine banned away is a very, very strong support pick currently. Nerfs on the way, 3 for support. Seraphine and boss for mid lane. Nautilus locked in. I'm interested, like the Leona ban's kind of weird to me because I think Alistair does pretty well to Leona, especially pre-6. So I don't really understand. I guess maybe a comfort pick towards the Era side. Support Nautilus, however. Perfectly fine. You want to play the tanks? We saw it in the first game. Do we get the Ashe pickup again? It is available, but so are a bunch of AD carries, just not Ezreal. Samira.
So Samira, Alistair, I think that's going to be a really, really good pairing there. Any form of CC support, I think, works really well with Samira with her passive. But yeah, Samira pretty good at the moment, and I think that not being banned away might be a bit of a problem for Era here.
I think Samira does very well into Misfortune as well. The ultimate quite easily blocked by the AoE Yasuo Windwalk because Riot Games 200 years of bouncing experience. And Victor locked in for, I believe in this case, the mid lane. Lucian, solo lane. I like it a lot. But where do you put that? Into the Kled potentially? With the Silas
looks like
top
it might be mid Stardust. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Silas top. Bulbasaggins really likes his AP top laners. And Silas, I think, will fit right in there with his playstyle from what we saw last game on that Mordekaiser. So I really, really like Bulbasaggins here on Silas. Lucian works really, really well as a mid laner. Into the Victor. Oh, this Alcatraz is not going to have a great time early game. I really think that if he doesn't get some help, Lucian is going to bully him out of lane quite a bit, especially before he can get some items down. So Lucian pick, I think, was really good here, and Misfortune bot lane, it's just a really good, solid pick all around.
Right, so I mean, Samira, Alistair bot lane want to play super aggressive. They want to look to try get some sort of like lead and snowball. Samira, not the greatest of champions to scale into the late game, but they have the Victor for that. I'm quite keen to see what another Doug does with the Amumu. Ultimate changes apparently been very effective. We see a lot more Amumus in solo queue as well. So big eyes on another Doug. As for red side team comp, looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit squishy. No real front line outside of perhaps the like Nautilus support Hecarim. As for Silas, I think this matchup is actually pretty good for top hat, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the Kled has a Executioners or a Grievous built into the kit, so I can see that working out quite well for top hats. But overall, what are we thinking for the Caster's Curse? Is this going to game 3?
I really like Era's comp way more, but I said that last game and they lost, so I'm still gonna stick with Era. I really don't think this mid lane is gonna go for well for Victor. I don't know if he's like a Victor one trick or he really just knows the champion well, but I think Lucian is going to bully him out of lane. That being said, though, they do have the Samira Alistair bot lane, so if there's someone I'm going to keep my eye on, is that bot lane from that one league team, but other than that, overall the comp just very strong. One Zinc, young Zinc, now Boza on Hekrim. That's really good. Silas fits in with the top lane playstyle. We have the CCM bot lane with a solid pick of Misfortune. So overall, I think more on Era side.
Yeah, so I'm quite interested, like you said, the Silas pick. I'm quite interested to see what Bulbo Sangus does this game. He did very well in the first game, almost single-handedly carrying the side. But can he do it again with the Silas? So just looking at win rates and play rates and solo queue, Alcatraz, 33 games on Victor. He has a 64% win rate, so he's very comfortable on the Victor. We have that late game win condition of Alcatraz. Another Doug, 5 games, pretty good win rate as well. Top Pat looking kind of shaky, 33 games, 45% win rate. So perhaps the Kled, this is the game to show up. As for Samira, no games for Slight Panda, so a little bit concerned there. As for the side of Red, Sloth looks to be the most comfortable. He's got 91 games on the Nautilus pick, so he's got a good amount of experience on that. But the rest of the squad looking a little bit shaky, win rates and play rates. So the game most definitely will be another close one. That's my prediction for the series at least.
Well, I mean, Silas's ability is called King Slayer for a reason. He'll have to show us why, if they can slay these kings now 1-0. They need this point to get back into the game. Exactly. That ability is slightly overpowered in my opinion. He gets a lot of health back. It keeps him in fights for very long, and just like the Mordekaiser, might what he needs in this game to keep back. And I mean, the Hekrim will give him a lot of healing himself. So there's a lot of healing and tankiness coming through from that front line. So maybe some anti-healing would be great there from their side.
Most definitely. Should we jump into live shortly? As loading screen, 3 minutes spectator done and dusted. So if I believe like Era lost the first game, so if not another League of Legends team, what's the other side called again?
Era?
No, the other side, not Era. I always mix them up. That one league team. That's it. Apologies. If that one league team are able to take this victory, they will have the series in their favor, 2-0, and move through to the finals tomorrow, which I believe is at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock versus 80k.
Yep. That should be a very interesting series. So far, this series has been very back and forth, very close matchup. So I feel like either team can make it through. Whoever shows up for second and potentially third game. But nonetheless, guys, we'll be jumping to the Rift in just a few seconds, so we'll see you shortly. I see someone has donated towards.
Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna hug you like an animal.
Right, game number 2 of the best of 3 series. Do we get an invade? Do we get a cheeky pick? What is the plan? But we do have a 5-man stack coming through from the side of Red.
Kled not being there, I think this isn't a bad idea. They did put the ward down there, so they will see it coming. Kled is running down, so they might actually look to not back away here. I don't know if it's the safest choice, though. They have a really strong early game with this invade. I don't know if they'll win this. I think just walking away would probably be the best choice here, and just doing maybe like a vertical jungle or something.
Uh-oh, they've got a 4-man stack looking to bring in the 5th member. Boza was the jungle Hekrim looking to lead the pack as the Drench line does come through. Start proc and the Aftershock and top out is the main focus, but it's going to be jungle Hekrim down for the count as the double flash. That will disengage dash. Stardust is out. So net victory for our current leading team. TOL looking good with the first kill on to Alistair though.
Yeah, that lead team is one up already, and I mean that's pretty good for them. That's going to be a big confidence boost for them as well, since I mean they already have that previous game in the bag. So now they just need to keep their momentum going, and maybe they might looking good this game as well. That being said, though, the first blood did go over to the Alistair. He did back and get himself an extra cloth armor for his efforts. It would have been really great if Samira got that kill, but yeah, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's Alistair would be really hard to kill now on that bot lane.
True. Is he running magical footwear? I'm surprised he didn't go for Hab's boots. Alistair looking for those cheeky engages or cheeky roams. As for Mr. Mimu, bot side start, looking to pick up his second camp of Krags. And
we get a sheep Alistair, you'll definitely always see that early Mobies. You'll definitely see him in mid lane there to talk to you early into the game.
I'm kind of sad we got the aftershock Alistair again. No signs of the phase rush. I was quite keen. It is situational.
You're the only person that I've seen in a competitive game take Alistair, run through the tri-brush, hex flash over, and tower dive your own lane.
Alcatraz.
Never forget.
Never forget. So top lane, Sagan's v top hat. CS lead definitely favoring top hat. Bulbo Sagan's level 2 to level 3 level up. Oh, hello, max train. Trained? Question mark.
Yeah, Bulbo looking to get that lead in the top lane. I mean, he is a bit behind on CS though, 12-4. Early game did not do well for him.
Okay, so we have Hecarim making his way towards the mid lane. In this case, Stardust has opted to go for Exhaust. That's kind of interesting. He's playing in a Victor. He wants to get ahead in the early stages. I guess a Cleanse wouldn't be the worst in this case versus the likes of the Amumi jungle, but let's see what he does with the Exhaust. Gold lead 1,000 in favor of the side of blue already. They've got one kill, but that top lane CS gap as well as mid lane. Kind of surprising Victor ahead in CS in the early stages versus the likes of Illusion.
Alistair's Ignite will be coming off cooldown soon. Level 3 also almost up. Very big power spike for him when that happens, I think.
Yep.
Will be also be the first to make the move onto the Dragon. Dragon spawning in 1 minute.
Another dog waiting in another brush top side. Is he out of the brush or was that a visual bug? No, he's in it. Bot lane, first attempt from Hecarim. Headbutt does not find the target. I mean, Alistair goes left, Hecarim goes right.
That minion definitely regrets looking at that Hecarim funny.
Gave him the weird eye.
Speaking of weird eye, Bulbo Sagan.
No mana. Rebound come through. That's Scar. Stardust though. Another dog. A little bit low in mana, but looking to try to steal back the chickens. Top hat looking for the second. As modest Bulbo Sagans goes pretty aggressive. Zal. Alistair combo with the slight panda lifting you up, putting you back down again. They get Knight burnt preemptively. Not too sure about that one. Sloth.
That's the appeal to the spot lane combo. I feel like with the Alistair knock-up, you actually get an extra few seconds of airborne time there.
Yeah.
Because as he comes down, you get the Samira to knock them back up again. So maybe that's the appeal to this comp. Even the Alistair, not the best at the best spot at the moment, support-wise, between the other supports. I think he actually offers a little bit more with that airtime than other CC would.
The Tony Hawk's bonus airtime, those bonus points. Did you play the new Tony Hawk that came out? That game would look pretty sick. I used to love it back in there.
I have not played Tony Hawk in quite a long time.
They reworked it. They brought it out this year. It looks pretty cool. Haven't given it a try though.
You have to look into that. I'm pretty sure I know a friend definitely that would be happy to hear about that. But other than that, looking at the game again, nothing happened much since that first blood. No other kills have gone over to anyone, and the gold lead still inside of that one league team. But it's pretty much a lot of CS leads as well here. Victor, 42 against the 38 on Lucian. Pretty surprising there as well. Nothing coming through so far from the Lucian, even though they are level 6 already.
So Alistair currently running Approach Velocity and Biscuit Delivery. No Hex Flash, bit of an odd one. Definitely a must pick up on the likes of Alistair, sort of similar to that Hex Tech Flash Scent support play style that we get. But Zal doing his own tech. He's like gonna, I guess, improvise the meta.
The question for secondary runes on Alistair is approach, velocity, and biscuit delivery. For Kyle Taylor, who's asking about secondary runes. But yeah, I think that so far, I think the fact that Lucian hasn't done anything in this early game is quite concerning. We spoke about how well Victor does late game, especially deleting ADCs. And the fact that he's ahead in CS, has that assist. Speaking of mid laners, getting ganked.
Ekram.
Not doing well though. Yeah, Ekram tries to gank mid, but Lucian not there to follow up, and Ekram almost died for it.
CS gap still favoring top hat and CS up 35 to 45. Bobo Seconds though still playing very aggressive. He does not care. He has that 6. He will have the hijack for the charge. Top hat putting a rope on you, putting him back, but top hat dismount. Scar running away as there's the charge. The Sagan's dive. Do we get it? Ekram still only top side. He's a red buff. The flash in, the dash in. The damage not going to be there just yet as the charge is burnt. Top hat. Not a good spot if he gets the remount. Bulldogs Sagas will be in trouble. Both flashes down. Sagan still studying the teleport. Top hat only halfway off of his cooldown, so he has the option to reset if he decides to do so, but instead it's going to be another Doug now topside for the potential overextend punish.
Yeah, if they get a kill here on Bulbo Sagans, that would be really, really good big for that one league team, because he already has the CS lead. Looking.
Top hat, charge, the micro charge. It's more of like a church. Essays. Bad joke is bad.
Amumu did actually leave though, so they did not get the, I think if he, maybe if he has flash though, so if he fully committed and diving this top lane, maybe if they get the kill.
He's speed running the jungle, dude. He wants his ult. He wants the sad mummy curse because he needs to see the stuns. Red side, Bulbo Sagan's now up to the teleport, up to the top lane. Top hat should have his up in about 2.5 minutes.
I think shutting down Bulbo Sagan after his great display last game would probably be a good call. So far, he is getting himself back into this game. He was almost, I think, 14 or 15 CS behind. He's pretty much made it almost even now. He's only 8, so he's getting there. This wave should put him pretty close.
Alcatraz completely out of mana. CS still favoring mid lane from police side, TOL. First dragon gonna be the ocean. Bot lane depth charge or trench line. Not going to find even the minions, so Sloth punished for it as all goes a little bit aggressive, but matchup pretty much just farm first at this point. So I think Misfortune is in a pretty decent spot, still looking to power through as we do have Slight Panda going pretty aggressive. It cancels majority of the bullet time, but the other Doug flash attempt to the bandage not going to perk out as the disengage from mob scene. So death on the side of Error and the second kill over to TOL. Do they manage to pick up the dragon?
I think too much aggression there from Era Sloth. Getting him that death and another kill and assist go over to Era, and they will pick up a dragon as well to punish that fight in. I mean, that League of Legends team looking really, really good so far this game. Now putting their lead at 2,000 gold plus the dragon. The only one of the biggest hopes now is to either shut this Victor down, make sure that Lucian scales better in this early game, or maybe get Bulbo Sagans ahead, because this bot lane so far not looking too great.
The Stardust does have his tier coming through, so looking to work towards that Murderman as top lane. Top hat not looking too good in the top lane as Bulbo Sagans looks to bring the heat, but he's got the remount coming through shortly as Air Sloth flank in the mid. Disengage flash, rAge does connect. He's a man from the moon, and it's gonna work out as Alcatraz does end up dying for the Era first blood mid lane.
There it is, that's what they needed. I said it, the mid lane or top lane needs to get some attention. They get some attention on the Lucian, and it's exactly what they need.
Top hat, Bulbo Sagans, rest in peace, the return of the king. Top hat.
Very well played by APC Top Hat, and another win condition there that I mentioned, taken away from, well, not completely taken away, but definitely delayed on the side of Era. So I think proactively, that one league team are doing really, really well at playing towards their strengths. This top lane definitely taking advantage of that remounts to even out that Kingslayer that gives him back health all the time.
Yeah, Matt Spike as well, pretty good for Kled. It has the shove, has the small sustain. And in this case, able to just work his way into that lead yet again, and not just CS but kills as well. So, do we get an attempt at the Rift Herald anytime soon? Vision control from both sides says no. We should.
Currently, both junglers have nice farm. You know what I mean? But anyways,
XDDD.
they have a control ward in the deep side here of blue side jungle. So that will definitely help them spot out where Mumu will be pathing to this bot lane, because this bot lane has been struggling a bit, and if a Mumu shows up, it's gonna be even harder for them.
Okay, so middle lane Stardust locked in place. The ultimate does come through. The silence is there, but another Doug does not find the banish toss, but he will find the stun suppression lock. Another Doug using the minion wave to his advantage. He does manage to get Victor out of a sticky situation. Zal forced to bring through the unbreakable chains. Aerosloth picking him up, but here comes the cancel into the S tier. I've unlocked my damage and my kill will come through. Mob Senior out of here. Sly Panda, Sloth now for the re-engage. The ignite will be enough. And Alcatraz on the side of TOL just walk even further ahead across the map. Top Hat trying to push it further. Bilbo Saggins has flash, just holding it. Half back, remount.
So far, this game is looking much more that one league team favored than the last game. We thought it was going to be a much even game, and I mean, it's not completely over for Era, but Era falling apart here a little bit. The top lane and Bilbo Saggins, that's been the big carry factor so far, not doing too great against the Kled, and the mid lane just got killed as well, and Victor is getting his lead, he's getting his snowball, he's going to get some items. And then Lucian is going to die late game, definitely. I do not think Lucian will be able to walk up to a Victor that can one-shot him.
Well, Lucian's done a good job of securing CS, so he has kept Alcatraz slightly down. In this case, Bilbo Saggins dropping the hijack charge to get back to lane top lane. Ekram really not showing up too much, nor has another Doug, but we've seen another Doug taking stabs, just not being too successful with them.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also, even though the Hikram has ganked a little bit more, he's also been falling behind on CS.
True.
See that Amumu here is getting his red side jungle, and his whole blue side is still up as well, so there's still a lot farm of them available for him. Scuttle secured by red side, maybe looking to take away the second Drake from that one league team. Definitely do not want the repeats of last game where they picked up the Soul. Dragon will be spawning in 42 seconds.
Jungle item completed now for Amumu, so he should be showing a little bit more on the map. We're working towards that abyss. Alcatraz, Stardust mid lane. Mirror mana stacking. Mana immune. Alcatraz steps forward, good chunk on a Stardust.
That's what I've been talking about. There's only one upgrade on the Victor item, so it's something to look forward to what Victor's going to do late game.
Bilbo. Dragon are spawning, second potential dragon for the side of TOL. Do we get the rotations? Amumu is there for the setup. On the other hand, not a good time to reset for Hecarim. This is leaving Dragon a little bit vulnerable, as we do have the Alcatraz step up mid lane. Top Hat's here for the dive as well. Stardust brings up the kill, but the cancel on the Alcatraz. Silence. Kled is here to say hi. And then bye as he rotates down towards the Dragon objective. Break secured.
Into Dragon as well, yeah. Even with the TP up on Bilbo Saggins, the reset from Hikram just wasn't a great time. And then getting the kill on top of that onto the Lucian in mid lane. That one league team is doing a really good job here of snowballing the lead.
So, Hikram looking for the Rift Herald sneak does get cancelled. Another Doug in top hat looking to pick up another objective. The reset should come through on... Yep, there it is. So, objective wasn't handed over, but they did lose a lot of time. That's potential waves, potential gold in the pocket that's now been lost, as it has been restarted up by blue side. So keep in mind, Samir now hitting that essence through a spike means that bot lane should be online. We should have a little bit more of an aggressive blue side bot lane, as this is where they are spiking pretty hard and they need to try and push that lead into something. Red side teleport for the bot lane attempt. This is why Samira is such a good pick into Misfortune. She has that AoE Yasuo Wind Wall. Zal ult does end up dropping. He's now a little bit squishy, so Mopsy in the pushback. But death is just around the corner for that final auto on a hit. Misfortune it is.
A lot of shutdown gold was on that Alistair, actually. Surprisingly so for a support. So, I mean, that's a good amount of gold over to the Misfortune. We'll have to see what she's going to do with it. Victor, not too scared.
Bilbo Sagan sitting on Undying Chains. Does not break aggro yet. It looks like Sloth able to quite easily drop. As Alcatraz making his way down, looking to try take a kill in the jungle, but not getting the last hit. Sagan's now stepping up as the CC is there, but the chain damage not quite enough as the shutdown comes through. But this entire time we've had that top lane split push working out quite nicely for the side of TOL. That's the tier 2 now dropping. Only 17 minutes in as the second Drake plus 2 turret advantage is pushed even further.
I really like the playstyle this game from that one league team. Even if they lose something like these deaths that they had in the bot lane, there's somewhere else on the map getting an inhibitor tower. So they're playing really well and taking advantage of what they have here. Bilbo Sagan's gonna get killed by the support, maybe? No, Kingslayer.
Bilbo's Zal does not have the damage. The ignite's on cooldown. The headbutt attempt, but he's just trying to play it slow. Samira around the corner. She has flash. There it is. The engage, Alistair. You've just been jebaited. Bilbo Sagan's rest in peace.
Nice. Alistair just playing for time. He knows that he probably won't be able to kill a Silas, but it doesn't matter because his ADC can.
It's all a bamboozle. Right, so Hecarim on the jungle. Frog taken away. Slight Pounder, 390 damage crit to secure the small win. Right, so mid-siege control. Mid-siege, kind of interesting. I mean, Era are in a position on they can like the contest, but the maybe kind of just hovering. Another Doug looking for the shadow, perhaps an overinvestment that he could then capitalize off. Flash plus banish toss available for the entrance into the chain. Sad Mummy Curse. Bilbo Sagans, he goes for the hijack, grabs the Sad Mummy. Does he have the engage tools? Backline shadows do come through, but the cancel mob scene stunned in place, and maybe end up taking out Sloth despite having the flash available. But the fight does still look to continue. The siege is gonna be there. 5 members alive still from TOL. Tier 1 turret.
Up, by the way, so they have to watch out if they take a bad fight.
Both sides have it, actually.
Lock them all down. Yeah.
Bilbo Sagans, what are you doing? Not given the opportunity to hit them with the counter. The hijack now wasted as Stardust is the new focus, using the turret to his advantage. The dash trying to get away from the chain, but it just will not break. Blue side TOL looking to speed run this game. The first one was close, the first one was long, but they're looking to get it done before even 9 PM with the speed of this game.
They have somewhere to be at now. We can't play this game for any longer.
Yep.
They're looking to get this mid inhibitor. Death time is still a fair way, so they can maybe look for the top as well. Yes, ping coming through. They are running for that as well.
Is this another case of the overextend, the overgreed? Bilbo respawning with the Amumu Sad Mummy still. There it is. Locks down only Claire as the disengage not going to be allowed. Zal says bye. 38.
And now they can run away and look for third dragon there. Earth dragon is available.
Yep, mountain, pretty strong. Looking to work towards that soul condition. I actually didn't. Oh, hello, Samira. Does she unlock the full combo? The S tier mechanics. I'm right games, but Stardust says no. Sedan as Alice is the next one to drop. The bot lane gone as the mounted dragon still in sights, but do they have what it takes to take it in this case? Junglers available from both sides, but boys are forced to now reset. I didn't know that Silas, if he dies with the hijack still intact, he comes back with it. Because he still had the Mimi Sad Mummy curse after dying.
He keeps the last ulti hijacked indeed.
Yeah. What an interesting one.
No deaths so far from top and jungle side. I mean, Amumu was a little bit passive the early game, so understandable why he hasn't any deaths. But APC top hat, shout out to him. It felt like Bobo Sagan was looking to really push that top lane and maybe get some lead for himself. But he was he played it calm. He made sure he didn't like do too over flashy plays and give Bobo Sagan those opportunities to get those kills. And at the end, he got himself those kills and now pretty far ahead for himself. So not easy to side lane to answer to this Kled.
Yeah, 3 for 0 for 5, both top and jungle. Charge!
Speaking of,
Stardust dive, Stardust dead. Rest in peace, mid lane Lucian. Mirror Mana still not yet picked up. He's only had 583 stacks out of 750. Baron?
that also means that all of the tier 3 towers are gone. Sorry, tier 2s. Only the one inhibitor tower left now for bot side, but there's super minions running in mid and top, so it's not that easy to defend and look for this Baron control. Looks like blue is going to maybe look and trap. Not sure if they're going to start it up yet. They're just securing some vision.
Alright, so we've seen this play several times already in the first game. We had the Baron started up and the contest was there. Which way do we do this flip? Do they look for the steal or they land to the pit? Top hat says no, and Hecarim is out of your smite now gone from error. Bullet time.
Pretty Baron for them now.
Yeah, bullet time from afar doesn't even reach the pits. So Mobsy just build or just burn a pretty crucial ability, especially to try to counter the siege, which means the Nexus is now open for the taking. They have no real wave clear versus the likes of this Baron. The blue side team are looking to take the victory on this match and potentially the series, but will they be able to close out? Oh, Sloth, rest in peace. Second member dead. Boys are now respawning, so he will be alive for the contest. He has the Onslaught of Shadows of the Nexus now almost in sight here. Second turret does drop. Nexus is vulnerable. Bows are backline. Onslaught of Shadows into the lock in place to stun another Dark Sad Mummy curse. Sad Mummy error, more like, as the Nexus is done and dusted. Game is done. Series victory over to that one league team.
Yeah, well played from them. That was a really clean game, actually. I mean, they did drop a few deaths here and there, but it was all worth it. Like that bad fight they took on bot lane, it didn't matter because in the meanwhile, top lane was pushing to the inhibitor. So I think all around, that one league team has played really well that game, and victory. Kudos to them for picking up the 2-0 victory.
100%. I mean, first game in particular was incredibly close, 50-minute game, but second game after the break, I think league team definitely stepped up. I mean, they recouped. They took away a lot of the strong power picks that we saw from Era, particularly the Mordekaiser taken out, and as a result, they were just able to quite easily just wipe the floor. So GG, well played, 2-0. Damage shots. Top lane very far ahead. Kled having the most damage. Secondary was Victor. So Lucian picked, not even able to give or get to the point where he's spiking. Essence was completed, but Mirror Mana, on the other hand, not yet done. So the pick just not working out according to plan.
Yeah, I think, like I said before, I think the fact that the Victor was allowed to just farm up for so long, and then by late game, the ganks from Hecarim came and it almost gave him a kill even in the early game. I feel like by that point, it was already looking pretty dark for the mid lane, especially the fact that you wanted Lucian early to get some kills, or a lot of attention from the jungler would also be great just to get him that early head start, which means that he can one-shot people in the late game then. Just means that it didn't go too well for them for the mid lane and top lane. APC top hat just played very, very safe and made sure that when the time came, he had enough damage and resistances to take on Bilbo Saggins, and well done to him for winning that lane, because Bilbo Saggins was looking pretty aggressive.
Yep, I have to agree with you on that one. But MVP of the series, what are we thinking?
Personally, I think APC top hat. I think he
Okay.
played really well, and when the rotations came, he knew he didn't have TP up at some stage when the dragon was up, and when instead of just conceding it and just being like, okay, yes, we did see the Hecarim reset, but at the end of the day, he did the proactive walk down, and in that process, they also picked up the mid lane kill, went to dragon, got the dragon kill, and then when they were bot lane, Amumu was dropping Rift Herald and bot, and they did a lot of proactive plays on bot lane. He did that ultimate at the end, which secured them just another kill and basically got them the rotation onto Baron. So there's many, many reasons why I think APC Top Hat deserves the MVP of that game.
100% ABC top at GG well played. So that does mean one league team will be moving through to the finals versus ATK at, I believe, 2 p.m. tomorrow. Predictions for that series? What are we thinking? Best of 5?
I don't know. We've seen a league. ATK subbing some of their
The
other
academy
players
team, yeah.
and still win. So I think if they're gonna have their full team tomorrow, I don't know. It's hard to say. I like to see upsets. I'm all for those upsets. But if we just go on play history, how dominant ATK has been this year and previous years, I don't think there's a way that I can say no. You mean, yes, I'm sounding like the good old, yeah, we're just going for the strongest team, but ATK has just been this dominant, so it's just hard to say no that ATK is.
They've shown us why they are the best team in SS. So I mean, one league team showing a lot of promise. Let's see whether we get first or second game one league team, or that one league team tomorrow at 2 p.m. But nonetheless, GG well played to all the players who did take part, and best of luck with the third and fourth playoffs for Airside.
Yeah, and I definitely hope that they bring the same aggression. Actually, I want to see the Kled again, and I want to see these proactive plays from the top lane roaming and using his ultimate to engage on maybe someone that's left in the sideline. ATK though, they might not make the same mistakes, so it's going to be harder to punish that kind of thing.
100%. Otherwise, guys, been an absolute pleasure for the cast today, myself and Sinister. So we'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Otherwise, yeah, cheers.
Yeah, looking forward. Cheers.
I'm leaving for a destination I still don't know. Somewhere nobody must have beauties and all.